Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry, and it's time for some more Lost Eidolons. Oh, new topics are being discovered. Haven't I already used those? Literally, I spoke to Andrea about Sarah's cooking. I spoke to Leon about Mora. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave camp, and so we'll be heading off to another story section. Now, I'm thinking, because of the length of the battles, I'm not going to try and fit a single chapter into each video. I'm thinking I'm going to split it up into camp, story, and battle as a separate video cycle. However, the story videos may become quite short, so what I might end up doing is lumping the camp and story videos together, then making the battle videos separate. I haven't fully decided yet. Please feel free to let me know in the comments section down below this video, and I'll check back after the upcoming battle to see what people think on this matter. Before we leave camp, let's knock off another one or two of these, shall we? Sure. In Ludivictan's united Artemesia, the rich get richer while the poor struggle to maintain what little they have. Though class stratification has always existed, the introduction of the imperial gold standard has allowed it to explode. Affluent noblemen and aristocrats have expanded their wealth, while common folk have been subjected to heavier taxes and stricter punishments. It is devastatingly typical for nobility to cheat their way out of justice, whether through bribery, embezzlement, or more sinister means. Those beneath them have little choice but to endure abuse and exploitation. That sounds rather corrupt and unfortunate. I think this rebellion is possibly going to be a good thing for Artemesia. Lords and ladies are mid-level imperial officials empowered to govern over small territories within a province, such as a single town or city. Exclusively highborn, most inherit their titles hereditarily, hailing from families that betrayed their homelands and aided House Zerpiel during the unification, so not really hereditary, given that one of the heroes of House Phoenicia during the rebellion was literally like 20 years ago. As with other forms of noble inheritance, such titles are passed down to whichever child of a family is deemed the most fit. There are no legal restrictions on the matter with regard to gender, age, or primogeniture. Primogeniture was pretty much made up for the film Braveheart. There's virtually no historical precedent for it. Oh, that's prima nocta. Primogeniture, not geniture. Might have to look that one up. Within their territories, lords and ladies have total authority. Oh, it probably means the order of birth. But then that'd just be age again, wouldn't it? Within their territories, lords and ladies have total authority. While they are ostensibly bound by codes of conduct, such things are rarely enforced so long as they meet tax quotas, enforce local edicts, and pay the proper bribes. As a result, most lords and ladies are free to rule however they wish, to the detriment of their subjects, of course. Now, at the end of the last episode, we have a gift item remaining that will carry forwards with us to the next camp, when we will get our leadership points back and be able to give it to someone else as we choose. Speaking of next camp, let's strike camp and head off to wherever we're needed next. Our duty here is done. So, from Castilian, moving to Selvan, where someone awaits us. Balastar by our side on the map as well. Intriguing. The audience chamber in Castilian.
You've done well. Looks like I've got one more skilled commander on my hands. Now go on. I'd say your people have earned some rest.
Thank you, sir.
That's it?
What did you expect? A gold medal?
Well, I mean, sort of.
The soldiers in this camp have been fighting for months. If you really want a reaction, try coming back with a loss.
Eden, a word with you, please.
Eden has not yet left the chamber.
Thank you for confirming these old eyes still know talent when they see it. I've ordered a feast in your honor. Enjoy it while you can.
Although I think Isoro calls him back after the others have left. I can't remember, it's been
What'd he say?
about a year since I last saw the cutscene. This now is outside the chamber, I think. And a few days later.
Sheesh. This stuff is strong. I bet you could get a whale drunk with this.
You've never seen a whale, have you?
It's just an expression.
I like drinking with you, kid. You smell like booze.
Huh? I don't even drink that much.
Relax. I meant it as a compliment. The way a noble smells like money. Makes me want to stick close to you. I forgot how many little joys the world has to offer. Hope I live long enough to sample a few more.
We've received some new information. It's to do with a man named Colin Korax.
Ah, yes.
Colin. Isn't he that other rebel guy? The one who leads the crows and writes those crazy manifestos.
So I've heard. I don't know the details, but they're saying some of his commanders took their troops and splintered off.
Why'd they go and do that? Taking on the Empire would be an uphill climb, even if we were all on the same side. But if Colin's crows are deserting... what does that mean? They don't think he can win?
Probably got tired of betting on an empty hand. Chose another game instead. You watch now. The ones who left will take over some poor little town, start calling themselves lords. Same story, different war. Just human nature, I guess. Nothing for it. On the other hand, might be a different story if we get involved.
Sir, High Commander Isoro is requesting you.
Gilbert seems more happy as a drunkard, less depressed than he was earlier. Maybe alcohol makes him cheery.
We've just received a report that a few of Colin's crows have broken ranks and seized the town of Selvin. Guillermo, please elaborate.
The leader is a man named Aurelio. Prior to deserting, he was one of Colin's senior-most commanders.
What kind of battlefield experience? Vanguard?
Indeed. And that's not all. Our scouts have uncovered some troubling rumors. They say he's had dealings with monsters.
What do you mean, dealings?
Like what? Taming hellhounds?
Is that even possible?
He wouldn't be the first fool to try.
If Benario is to have any hope of taking the fight to the Empire, we must attend to our own affairs first. Establish contact with the deserters. See if they're willing to leave Selvin in peace.
And if they don't, then we pound them, right?
Do what's necessary.
That's a polite way of saying yes, while absolving
Balastar, I'm
himself of
leaving this matter to
responsibility.
you.
As you command.
And Eden. I'd like you to accompany Balastar and act as his lieutenant.
Huh? Oh, right. As you command.
My lord, with all due respect, can't we handle this on our own? I don't see the benefit in bringing these bumpkins along.
Tell me, young lady, do you have much experience dealing with monsters?
That's, I mean, not specifically.
There you have it then. Right. Make preparations tonight and be ready to set out at dawn.
Nice to see Isoro putting Chelsea in her place.
Look after my nephew, will you? I'm counting on the unique perspective your council will bring him.
Thank you for trusting me with this responsibility. I won't let you down, my lord.
I'm sure you won't. However, I wasn't the one who suggested it.
So who was? The next afternoon.
Something on your mind, Captain?
Like uncle, like nephew. I can't get a read on these nobles.
Careful there. You're weirding me out. Usually you charge in first and ask questions later. All this worrying doesn't suit you.
You're not wrong there. Hey, I'll be right back.
What is it?
Isoro said it was you who requested me for this position?
Is that a problem?
Not exactly. I was just wondering if there was some special reason. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful. But my crew isn't some trained regiment. We're just a bunch of mercenaries. I can't figure out what game your uncle's playing at. Why hand this much authority to someone like me?
We're all just pieces on the old man's warboard. If he thinks there's some use to you, that's all there is to it.
Guess so.
My uncle believes you and I might work well together.
How's that?
I asked the same. Got no answer. He does so love being cryptic. I suppose we'll find out soon enough.
And asking him to work with him is a way to get to learn how he
I
works.
take it that's Aurelio. I'll handle the negotiations. Get your people ready.
Balastar Fenice. What kind of person are you?
Should have probably kept the cutscene for this bit.
So, what is our plan here?
We're trying to talk them down.
Why bother? Way both sides are squared up, I'd say there ain't much to discuss. Besides, can't let all those shiny swords go to waste.
He's coming back.
Negotiations have broken down. Prepare for battle.
Yeah, we brought a Balastar to a diplomatic meeting. I think in the old cutscene, Balastar literally, cut down the person he was negotiating with, literally killed him and then came riding back. I can't remember the full details, though. Now, I am going to leave this episode here. That might make this one a bit short, but I do know the following episode will be a bit of a long one. I know there's a 20-turn limit on the battle, but I have literally seen someone take 18 turns to complete this battle before. Wasn't me. At least I'm pretty sure it wasn't me, and I think I've seen someone take 19 or 20. So I'm imagining that'll be difficult because some of the gameplay changes brought on at release. But even so, if this episode gets far too long, like the previous one kind of did, it's going to be very lengthy indeed, and that's going to lead to massive upload times and ages processing, so I'm going to stop here. You'll notice we have an additional defeat condition. If Eden or Balastar falls in battle, we lose. So we need to prevent either of those things from happening. Which means we got to protect Balastar and his friends here. In the meantime, though, I am, as I said, going to leave this episode here. I hope you've all enjoyed this one, short though it may be. And I will be checking back later to see if people have left comments on, how to break down the content to get good length episodes and keep the series rolling on. I'll look forward to seeing you all in the next one. I'm going to say goodbye for now, though, and cheerio, everyone. See you all soon.